Hello everybody, welcome back to Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and in this video we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that I've learned on raising chickens. I got 12 and I've been using a pond in my bathroom, and that's about to change. So get your Trump coffee and we'll take a look at what I've learned. So the first thing I learned is they need your attention. And I've come across a few things that were do's and don'ts. I was putting pine shavings in it, but it worked fine. Don't get me wrong, it was fine. Now don't be acting crazy. I put them a roost in there, I'll show you here in a minute. But with that pine shavings and the feed getting out of the feeder into the pine shavings, they were stomping on it and turned it basically into dust. And every time that they'd get scared or one would fly across there, because they fly from one side to the other, and they'll just flop that dust up in here, and I'm telling you, there's an inch of dust on everything in here, man. I mean, it's crazy. So I've been cleaning today some of these places I missed, but anyway, hopefully we won't have them in here very long, because we're going to go out and look at the chicken coop and show you what I've gotten so far and some of the plans. But anyway, on the waterer, it's just a upside down hat screwed to a mason jar, and that's what I'm using, is a big mason jar. Well, they kept getting on top of it and roosting and pooping right in their damn water. And the pine shavings, they kept flopping that up in there into the water bowl and filled that whole channel up with shavings to the point where, and this is over a day, because I change that water and wash the thing every single day. And they would have that thing filled in no matter that long. So then they were pooping in the water, and because they kept getting up on top of the bottle and the feeder. Well, I cut a hole in the top of the feeder and made 3D printed a cap that's got ears on it. Noisy flashlight. Got ears on it every fourth of the way around it, and it goes down and you can turn it. I should have put a some kind of a knob on here, but I didn't. But anyway, it set down flat on top of the bottle, and it gave them a place to roost. Of course, they had a place to roost even if I hadn't cut it out. So then they were pooping in their food. So then they would flop it over. They'd turn it over and dump all of it out on the floor. So I got rid of all the pine shavings. If you're going to do this in your house, pine shavings is not the way to go. Not in my opinion anyway. So I put newspaper in it, because they seem to like it okay in my box that I use to transfer them in while I'm cleaning this up. I'll just transfer them in a great old big box. It's about yay tall, about up to here on me. And I just transfer them into that, clean this, and be done with it. Well, I got tired of cleaning the whole bathroom. So now there's no dust in there except for the dirt. I wanted to keep the dirt in there so that they can get their grit that they need. About time for me to replace that dirt, but it'll work now. So let me show you what I did to combat that problem. What I did, I had some of this green PVC pipe And it's the type pipe that's got a rubber O-ring inside of it, so when you press that together, it seals it and you don't need a clamp. Well, it just so happened that this here fit nice around the bottle that's down inside there, if you can see it. Let me put some light on the subject there. See the bottle down there, how nice it fits around it? Because that bottle's a little square. They don't like that light. And then this is open in the top, so all I have to do is pour the feed in right here. Move that screen, this one here, and just pour it down in that hole. And I only feed them probably about a 7-inch tall plastic cup, drinking cup, full, and per day, that is. I'm getting all mine tied here. But on the bottom of the waterer, I drilled a series of holes all the way around the bottom of it. And that's because there's a hole where the water has to come out. And that is to allow the water to seep on this side of the pipe, because it's probably about ½ inch from the actual neck. So the inside of that's filled with water and it just comes out of the holes. So then when I put that PVC pipe on the feeder, it actually closed the holes up a little bit more so that they didn't get their head in there and start flicking it. And that's what they were doing. They were getting their whole head in there and flicking it. And you can see I just did this, re-cleaned this. I mean, I took everything out, washed it with a rag, put all new stuff in there, washed the boards, washed the feeders, and checked every one of them to make sure their claws are okay and their butts are okay and wings are looking pretty decent. They're starting to get some real nice feathers, man. You got one there, it's a little bear on top. He's roosting. I put him a roost in there. There's a big old rock holding the roost, and then the heat lamp. So now they can't flick that stuff in the water, and I won't get the dust that I had before. So now we can put our shoes on and go out and check out the chicken coop, what I've got so far. I think you'll be impressed. We'll see you at the chicken coop. Well, I caught me a mouse, guys. No, I didn't. Well, that's a Houdini. Ain't that something? Just reset it. Somehow I got it undone. Maybe I didn't set it right. Anyway, so now we're in here. Got a lot of creeks in here. And I put all this tin starting there at the corner all the way around to that corner behind you guys. Then I did from here around. I still got to do the door. And then I got to do this section right here. I got to put tin on that, a little piece of tin right there, another one there, out to right here, because I want the lines to be in the right spot. So, but the reason I'm held up on this, I can't finish it until I get my chicken door, because it's bigger than that. So I'm going to have to cut all that out and use that hole. And that board that's hooked to, the only thing holding it is that piece going across it. So I'm going to have to do some redesigning there. Yes, we've got LED lights in here, thanks to George. Thank you very much. This is one of those LED lights that I got for Christmas. Hate to say it, George. I'm going to lose this one. Because if I move, I got to leave it in here. So, but anyway, what I did, I came from the wood shop, which is that building right there, right over there, if you can see it. Let me show you. Right there, that's the wood shop. And I got a wire going all the way across here and plugged in. I put an outlet on the end of it, and then I put a plug. It's the same size wire, just different, 10-2. And then I put a plug on the end of it and ran it to the building, and it comes into that junction box that I made out of something. I can't remember what it come off of. And then I run wire up to here. That outlet is hot all the time. The switch works the light. And then I ran another wire going up to that outlet in case I want to put something over here for the nest, or if I want to put a heat lamp in here, which is probably what I'm going to have to do, because once I get to a certain point, once I get the nest in here, then I'm going to go ahead and bring that brooder in here and set it over there in the corner somewhere over there, and I'll just run me an extension cord. I might just put the damn brooder right here temporarily. I'm thinking about putting the roosting bars right here catty cornered, 3 of them, and that's why I put this trailer roof membrane. I don't know why they don't just call it rubber. And it didn't go all the way. I still got to plug some holes. I had this piece left over, and there's some big cracks here where I seen a mouse come up through there, right there. And there was 3 of them in here running behind all my stuff that was laying right here. So I've caught 2 of them. I'm waiting for number 3. So I rebuilt this a little bit. I put another board on the bottom of this because this was sticking way up too high. And it still looks like it's sticking up too damn high. What the hell's going on there? I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, was I? Oh well. I got to put a band on the outside of it anyway. A stopper on the other side. And I want to think of another way to raise that up and hook it, because what they had sucked. And it's raining, guys. You probably ain't gonna be able to hear me here in a minute. Wow. But anyway, my original idea is to take and put along this wall right here my nest. The only bad thing about putting that nest here, I may not do it. I'm thinking I may put it over here on this wall. And then I can put my roost over here. Damn shame that membrane didn't reach the whole way. I was short, about 4 feet. So maybe I can find one of them rubber rugs and lay there. I just don't want a whole lot of poop on my floor. Something that's not easy to clean. So I may put my roost over here and put my ramp to the roof right up against that wall. But I'm not going to make any of those decisions yet until I get that wall done. That will tell me a whole lot about how I want to design this. So I could put the nest right there, up in the corner. And the main reason for that is because if I put it here in front of that door, then I'm not going to be able to put what I need to put on the nest. Because I'm going to have to, I got a piece of red tin that's brand new that I bought at a yard sale or a flea market or something. And I'm going to have to cut that in half or in thirds and put a makeshift roof on the nest, so that they can't sit on top of the nest and roost on it and poop all over the top of my nest. So I want to poop proof it. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. And then I can take that ramp right there and run it from the nest up to the walkway coming down here. And that will keep everything close to the wall, so I have plenty of floor space. So I'd like to have as much floor space as I can get for 12 chickens. So I hope that calms down a little bit, because I'm tired of yelling. It's gonna stop, but that sounds like ice balls. That's exactly what that is, it's ice balls, guys. Yep, ice balls. So, I went and got some locust toast, and it's too dark to go out there and show you, and it's raining now, so something told me to grab my jacket before I come out here. But we're gonna paint all the walls. I'm gonna paint them all white, hopefully, and I may paint this floor, the part that I have exposed. I mainly put this down here. I might have to take it back up, I don't know. Because if I'm going to put my nest over here now, then I need this to be under the roosting area, because I want to keep all that poop from hitting the bare wood floor. So I may have to move that or put some kind of a rubber mat here. That way I can just slide it out, take it up to the water hose, spray it off, bring it back down here and put it back in. That might be the right way to go, and I might have one that I can sacrifice for this in the shop. So I went around and closed all the cracks, but I couldn't get all the cracks. I got all the cracks along here, all the way around. There's my other GoPro. All the way around, but on the back side and the front side, you have this area right here that ain't enclosed. So I'm wondering how I'm going to enclose those. I don't know if maybe I can put some expanding foam in there, but I don't want to make it too awful tight, you know, because you got to have some kind of ventilation. We got that one right there, and I was going to put one here, and I'm still not sure what I'm going to put here. I'd like to find a smaller window to put in here, because you have your 2x4 here and your 2x4 here, and they're on 2-foot centers. So I need a small, like a 16-inch window or something to put in here. I may have to build one, but I can always add that later. So we got a long time before winter comes anyway, so that's why I put cardboard on the walls first. I lined all the walls with cardboard, as you can see. Didn't care what it looked like, because it's going to get covered up anyway. And that keeps the air from coming through all them cracks. I mean, you can see right there how wide one of them cracks is right there. So once I get the tin on here, it'll be a little closer That one, I don't know what the hell happened there, or how I got that far off. Oh well. But I think maybe I should put the roost right here in this corner. 3 of them. About 18 inches from the floor, 18 inches up to the next one, 18 inches up to the next one, and if I got room for a 4th one, I'll put a 4th one. It'd probably be about yay long. But I really don't want them that close to the outlet, so maybe I'll just keep the roost a little lower, maybe about right here. Don't want them up there poking their damn beaks in there getting electrocuted. Might have to get some plugs, some plug-in things to put in there. But it doesn't leak. I just put this roof on here not long ago, about 6 months ago. And so once we get it painted, it'll be nice and bright in here. And then on this corner out here, I'm going to put a motion sensor light, and it's going to plug into that outlet right there. So that actually might help me to be able to put my cord through that right there, one of them holes. So that's already proven to help me out. As long as I got a small enough plug that will fit out that. Let's just test that theory. Let's see if it will go out one of those. Nope, I need a smaller one. Oh well. Anyway, we're going to put a motion light up there on that corner. We're going to have light going in that direction, and we're going to have light facing out here in the front. I consider this my front, but in actual reality, that's the front. If it wasn't dark, I'd show you my locust post. I got, my landlord come down and said, hey man, there's a locust tree up there in my yard. It's pretty straight, and somewhat straight. It's got a few little crook places in it, but I think I can work around that. They're probably about that big around, so they're going to be big posts. Of course, once you take the bark off of them, they're going to be a little bit smaller, but not much. So we're going to use locust post for the corner post of the outside enclosure, fenced in area. And it's just going to be like a greenhouse with screen. And hopefully I don't hit a bunch of rock. We'll get busy on doing some work on the next video, but this one here I just kind of wanted to update you on what was going on. I've done a lot of work already. In fact, my landlord said by the time you get done with it, somebody can live in it, and it'd be right. But I'd like to get some luan and put up in here and close this in and then shadow box that light. I'd like to do that, and that will pretty much seal this room to itself except for the cracks in the floor. So it'll work now, but it's gonna get changed eventually. I do want to get something up on the ceiling, and I'm thinking that it's 2.5 sheets, so I'd have to get 3 sheets to do the roof, 3 sheets to do the floor. And the only reason I put this in here was because it's what I had left over. It's what I was using for a table to cut tin on. And I had that left over, and I said, well, I'll just make it a threshold. So that covered all these cracks, and they were the biggest, as you can see. That one was probably 3/4 of an inch wide. And the knot in it, that's all the way through, it's the same damn width. The big old knot hole over here, I may have to, well, I know I'm going to have to go in underneath there. I've got some of that sliding glass door louvers the plastic ones that hangs down clear to the floor. And I took apart a bad one that was just all messed up, and I saved all those blades. And I'm wondering if I couldn't go underneath here and staple them underneath them cracks. That way nothing will fall through, and the mice can't get in. So I'm trying to somewhat mouse-proof this. But the floor is the main thing you got to mouse-proof. So then I've got an awning that I'm going to put on the front after I do whatever I'm going to do to the outside. I don't know if I'm going to oil it or if I'm going to paint it. Probably oil it, because used motor oil is pretty cheap. So anyway, it's getting ready to start raining again. I don't want to have to yell at you all anymore. Hope you all got something out of this and learned something on the brooder, on the water and feeder. It just makes life a whole lot easier when you do it that way. And I made it so tall that it came up to the top of it, so that the top screen that I have on it holds it down, so they can't get on top of it now. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.